we're happy to receive. First up, we have Besh Amuneni, who is a Nigerian poet and performer whose works explore humanity's capacity for love. He is the author of the poetry collection, There is a Lunatic in Every Town, a TEDx speaker and a member of the Abuja Literary Society. Please welcome to the stage, Besh Amuneni.
Good evening. It's amazing. I feel great. And I'm really honored to be here. Thank you, South Africa. Talking about homecoming. Strangely, my poem is titled Homecoming. Yeah, it's important we all find home anywhere in Africa, really. Yeah, anywhere. Yeah. And I'm thinking of relocating to Durban. Okay, so I have 4 minutes. Let's move forward. I have come back home to the sweet scent of dust and pureness of waters drawn from your guts. The weeds near the clay fence, they creep in green, with tendrils fresh and flourishing off a river down that gentle slope where soft brown pebbles and laterite tickle our souls, and memories were molded in the wind with naked palms, laughter, and sweat. I have come back home, where we bragged over muscles of pounded yam and chunks of stewed meat to be the best men the land will ever see. We starched courage in our hearts. We traveled distant lands to earn the fatness of skills, but just so we could come back home, dead or alive, to this yard quirky pose that is just enough, against a frugal text coat for backdrop, always uncertain and pale like the weather looming over this place. We'll front this attire's butt at the corner in the evening market. Our girls would angle their hips in sensational appeal as they catwalk on these muddy patches, always unleveled and uncertain like the terrain bedding this place. But you see, these dreams do not care from whose quilt they are born. It could be off a tuft of soft feathers or bamboo hard like corn resolve on metal rolls, steam up gums, chew, paper mash, and grip, a little piece to the insignia of these truths. So I have come back home to the sweet scent of dust and pureness of waters drawn from your guts. I have come back home.
To the stage, Efe Paul Azino.
Good evening, everybody. It's such a pleasure and an honor for us to be here. We almost didn't make the trip in the light of the violence that broke out, which we're all familiar with. We were very concerned. We wanted to cancel in protest. We wanted to cancel out of fear. But we've been looking forward to this. One of the most important fixtures of this year's festival is this particular exchange, because I believe our two countries share so much richness in culture, so much richness in history, and I feel there's so much also to gain in our continued interaction. And I think artists have a responsibility not to fail where our politicians have failed. So we decided we were going to come here. We're going to come here to remind you that you're our brothers, you're our sisters, and that we are yours as well. And that we love you, and that we bring you greetings, angry greetings, warm greetings, uncertain, confused greetings, but greetings nonetheless from Lagos. Let our voices ring, soft and strong. A million rainbow thongs pushing our songs through the wind. Let our stories dance out in step with the moon. Let them boom from hamlets in Soweto. Rise through the sprawls of Cairo, straddle the contradictions of Lagos. Let them tell of sweat and fear. of backs bent to carry dreams too heavy for legs to bear, of old men whose visions of the future tie us to the past, that our voices come accompanied by djembes, talking drums, and all that jazz. Let our stories speak of sex, of probing tongues and grinding thighs against the Nairobi heat, of love that rises from the ashes of defeat in Kigali, tapestries of our humanity woven into different colors of beauty and diversity. This is who we are. Children of histories punctuated by conferences, divided by politicians in Berlin, defended by storytellers in Makerere, united by this struggle to be and prove that we are something more than the soft underbelly of a world perched on the edge of a knife. And time and again, it is to these voices we turn, to remind us that we get past the pain, that we have once chiseled out beauty from mountains of self-doubt, and through the dark tunnels of despair, these stories will lead us out. In Twi, in Swahili, in Zulu, wherever the languages of our imaginations, let our voices never stop ringing. Let our feet dance up spirits. Let our pens conjure the ancient wisdoms of the ancestors, excavate memories to find the civilizations we built before the barbarians barged through the doors, because we are a people too. A universe of multiple dreams written into history, written out of poverty, written to the laughter of thunder, written in lightning, written by a million rainbow voices that never stop ringing. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Titilope Sonuga.
Good evening, everyone. I am so thankful to Poetry Africa for having us here. All anxieties and fears and angers surrender to the significance of being here in this time, both as a Nigerian and as a woman. So this is how we disappear. We fall backwards into our mothers' mouths, become them. Become the only stories we have ever been told, stories about women who stay, women who endure, women who offer their bodies into the belly of the beast to protect their children. This is how we go missing. We tumble into a fist, bones beaten to pulp. We crumble beneath the weight of a man with a hole in his chest, and the vacuum takes us to a place where we are never enough, yet we are too much. Our mouths too big, our bodies too soft, too whole, too much like God, wild things to be tamed. So the wolves come, dragging our screeching bodies from our childhoods, folding our hearts into their mouths. They find us at school, at work, knees bent at the altar or on the dance floor, whether we are a shy whisper or a loud joy, whether we are hips moving free or too small to carry the weight of it. Sometimes they come with a stranger's whisper. Often they come with names that we know well. We call them uncle, call them brother, call them friend, call them on nights when the world feels too big. We ask for a shoulder to lean on, get a fist instead. Claws that peel our bodies open like ripe fruit for the taking, and we try to forget what we cannot forgive. We throw away our names, we shapeshift, code switch, learn a whole new language for survival, teach it to our daughters too. But this time, we come back for our bodies. We come back for our voices. We gather the broken, gather the split and scattered. Anything that still has a pulse, even what is only a shadow of itself, is still worth loving. All that we paid for in our blood, let it come. Let it move with only the skin on its back. We do not look back. We do not turn to salt. This time we are the ocean, come to reclaim everything that belongs to us, swallow anything that refuses to be moved. Ask about us. These women who reinvented joy, who snapped back our broken bones to the rhythm of a survival song, a song about the audacity of living and loving anyway. We become a whole new kind of creature, something fearless and fierce, something bold enough to call down even lightning and dare it to touch us. Thank you.
Tobi Abiodun.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Alpha. Okay, so, okay, good. When the world tries to question my identity, I tell them that I come from a bloodline of musicians and scribes, a people whose lips rise with the pressure of calling the revolution by its name, whose fingerprints find expression from spelling forth freedom, a people of spirits conjuring spirits, speaking into the ears of light, calling forth the divine, a people who find liberty at night, who choose black as the canvas for the expression of their struggles. We write battle songs with the names of men who named us forever, sad poems with metaphors too deep to find joy. And we sing them with a voice plain like death, pauses running fast like reefs and lips that open into the end. We carry our struggles on our tongues, jaws heavy with the language so uniform you could hear the accent in a crowd. Call us loosed music, the kind too heavy to hang on staves, like the calligraphy of an African child tending to defy space. I tell them that I come from a bloodline of warriors, men and women who stand firm like erections, staring into the face of their struggles, and like the hustle fed us with Viagra, our best is yet to come. We strive to become the best, then we watch the world settle for less, like flat tires. I tell them, they're like having sexual intercourse with excellence. My people are fucking good. We are wolves. We are wolves audacious against the moon. Arrowheads, Alexander's commanding walls to come crumbling before them. I tell them that I come from a bloodline of sorcerers and priests, lords and keepers of the altar of poetry, night magicians spinning the magic of words, every syllable dripping blood. We write ourselves from the ground into the sky. Call us a story building. Like a course carried over, we keep rewriting history. We are the people who make poetry slams look like church programs because we keep getting scores that look like special numbers. We fill our poems with hip-hop effects that get the people's ears bouncing like bad checks. We make little things appear bigger, like push-up bras. Yes, they envy because we've got oil, we've got gold, and we've got bars. And our presence leaves them feeling like natural hair. They are never relaxed. So when they try to cut us loose, we know it is because they know that we know that they know that we know that they know that we are tight, like 10% of their income. Shalom.